Stop right here if you haven't watched the other Japan videos in this series. Go watch them first so you may get the most out of this video. Hi, I'm Bart from Team Sail Wars. We decided this adventure should be told from my perspective, as I saw it. Mahi versus the best sailors in Japan. Sail Wars would like to thank DFR Tokyo for hosting this amazing event. You can find this great group of sailors on Facebook. The challenge took place in Tokyo, Japan on the 24th of March 2024. Just getting to Japan was a challenge, but here I was, so it all came down to today. All the training, the planning, and the travel again. I could be taking on 11 of Japan's finest sailors. They were champions from many different classes. I was here to do my best and represent the United States. Why did they pick me? Doesn't matter now. I'm here to represent. Or at least have fun. Their national champion let me use his boat.
No pressure.
The pressure was on. This was the boat he used to win the DF95 national
So this is the first Japanese Mahi.
I had given him the Mahi stickers as a gift, and he had me put them on his personal boat, the one I would get to use for the challenge. This really meant a lot to me. Thank you. It was time for the skipper's meeting, and I don't speak any Japanese, and these fine gentlemen spoke very little English. They did know more English than I knew Japanese. They all knew I was racing on their river for the first time using a different transmitter and a different DF95, and with the handicap of not being able to call fouls. It was also 11 of them to 1. With this in mind, I would have to win just one race to be successful out of the 6 races to win this challenge. I did get a couple of minutes before the first race to practice or to test out Mahi. There wasn't much wind at 9:30 in the morning. They used this GPS mark as one of their starting line marks so they can adjust the angle of the start to the direction of the wind. That was really clever. Here are the entries for the challenge. I am listed as number 50, Sail Wars. Race 1, let's go racing. This is race 1 of 6. We will be racing 1.5 laps. At the time, I thought we were racing 2 full laps, which would have helped me, or maybe not. You'll see what happens to me during this race. But before the start, I was just trying to figure out the wind pattern and maybe even the way the river affected the boat. I really didn't have all that much time to practice beforehand. The race would be from this start-finish line up to 2 poles, which were the windward marks, then all the way back down to 2 marks that were set in the river. These were gates. I wanted to start up at the far end of the start line, on starboard tack, and the reason was because I felt like that was closer to the first mark and might give me an advantage. Of course, I found out later there was a gentleman, he actually had a little GoPro. He's right there next to me. He had it mounted on his boat, and he actually was sailing circles around me when I was trying to get lined up here on the start. And I thought he was just harassing me, but he was trying to film my boat, which later he made a video, and I'll put a link below. But there was a lot of filling out the competition on this start, and as you can see, they all kind of congregated up around me. And they did have unique music, and I actually had to put another track over that a little bit, so hopefully I won't get copyrighted. So let's listen to the start. Okay, there I am way up at the top. You can't kind of see me, but I thought I got a great start. I was actually, in my opinion, I was in the best position right off the start because of where the first mark was. So in my mind, I was doing great, and probably with length to the actual first mark, I was probably in first place at this point. You can see one of the boats already tacked over to port and is headed right up to me. And then I kind of went out a little ways because I wanted to make sure I was lined up really well on that first mark. Now that boat on the far left up there, number 71, he kind of entered late, so he did not start. They finished him last, but you can see he's way up there. Don't pay attention to him. So that one boat that went on to port tack and kind of came up in my direction kind of got in my way a little bit and kind of messed with me a little bit. A little bit of, I don't know what the deal was, but it did weigh on my mind. You know, right off the bat, I had this boat veering in a direction I didn't think he should be. But this was the beautiful Anaka River in Tokyo. This was also the first time I had ever sailed on a river. Number 92 is currently in first place, and number 91 is in second place, going up to that mark. Number 66 is in third, and number 50, Mahi, me, I'm in fourth place at this time, so I'm pretty happy. The first time on this river racing with these guys, and I'm in fourth place against some really good competition. I found out they came from all different classes and just the best of the best, champions in the different classes. The guy I thought that would be really hard to beat, of course, was number 150, because he was their national champion with the DF95. And at this time, number 139 is in first place around the mark, and 66 is in second. Now, number 139, he is actually a national champion in the F1 class, I think it was. I'm currently in sixth place going around those windward marks. You can see most of the sailors now have moved out there to that little dock area. The boats are kind of got together there, except for 139's got a little bit of a lead there. That beautiful boat right there. He did really well in this competition. Expert sailor, did really well. Number 92 right there in second place. Mahi's currently in like 5th or 6th place out there. I'm still feeling really well about my chances. Because remember, I've got to fill out this group of sailors I've never raced with, and plus, I've got to be very cautious because I don't want to foul anyone. I don't know how strict they are on calling fouls, and you know, if they foul me, I really have no way to call it. So I just wanted to stay out of trouble. And the most important thing, of course, was good sportsmanship and having a good time out here, and of course, representing us well. that number 99 boat, the black boat, that's a beautiful boat. So 1/2 of a lap was completed as they went back through the start-finish line, headed down to those gates. It was a pretty big course. That boat way up on the right is not sailing in this race, so don't pay any attention to it as we catch up with the leaders down there as they head down towards that bridge, and that's where the gates are. Now remember, a gate, you got to go in between and take whatever way you want, you know, outside or inside. Number 139 is currently in the lead. It looks like he's heading towards that outside gate. And so I'm watching all this because I want to see what they think is the best way to take these gates, because it is their race location, and I really don't have any clue about their wind patterns here. And as I was observing, the leaders both took that outside gate, so I decided to hone in on that. And there I am coming up to that gate, so in 3rd place right there. So I'm doing really well in race number 1. I think any of you would be very happy to be in 3rd place at this point, as I was. This was a really good group of sailors, so, you know, just being able to sail with them was an honor. And yes, Mahi was in 3rd at this point. I had a pretty good lead over the 4th and 5th place boats, so feeling very confident. Didn't want to make any mistakes. I wanted to avoid the slower boats that were still going downwind. And then, of course, tacking on starboard tack, you ended up coming all the way to the shoreline, and eventually you would run out of room before having to tack back onto port. So I was kind of watching the leaders, how far they came in, because the last thing I want to do is, of course, is get hung up on a dock or the rocks. So I was watching them. As you see, number 92 was the first to tack back over onto port, and he went underneath 139, and number 92, he took over the lead at that point. I'm still in 3rd place, you know, coming towards the shore. And I was trying to figure out at this point, was the wind better out farther away from the shore or in? You can see there I am, still in 3rd place, and I'm on actually a good tack line, headed out. Now remember, that mark I'm going to is outside, away from the bank, probably about 45, 50 feet. So that's kind of my target. Right there's their national champion, number 50, which has number 150 on its mainsails. Number 99, the black boat, is challenging me for 3rd at this point, but I'm still fending them off as we head back through the start-finish line. 1 lap was complete. Now, I thought we were racing 2 laps, but it ends up we were racing 1.5 laps. I may have done a little bit different knowing that. I'm still in 3rd place, so doing really well. I've got about 2 boat length lead over 99, but then I have to tack back because I'm running out of shoreline there. See how close I was to the shore? So I tack back, and I actually had to duck him and go back underneath. But I still was feeling good because I would be out closer to the mark while he was still coming into the shore, and eventually he would have to tack back over to port tack. And there's their national champion, number 150, just coming through the start-finish line. And some of the slower boats are all converging now on that start line. There's a boat at the back. He's kind of in the irons before he finds his way out. It's kind of lucky we're not racing DF95s because, you know, when they go into the irons, they take a little bit more to get out usually. But the 95's a pretty stable and nice guy type boat, and You can get out of the irons fairly quickly. These two boats, they had some good power and good speed going. I'm up top, and I think it's about this time when I caught some weeds, because remember how well I was moving? All of a sudden my boat just stopped moving, and no matter what I did, I couldn't get Mahi up to speed. It was so frustrating. I was wondering if it could be the river current. You know, maybe there was something I didn't know about that. Maybe I'd sailed into a dead spot, like the wind didn't come there. All kinds of things were going through my head. I was just like, this can't be happening. I was doing so well. I was, you know, earlier thinking I could be challenging for the lead, or at least finishing in the top 3. I was in 3rd place, but all of a sudden my boat just stopped, and I was falling behind now. I was trying everything. Some of the slower boats were now catching me, and meanwhile number 99 and 139 were up front going through those windward marks for last time, battling for the lead. And number 92, you can see right there, was in 3rd place, so I'd given up 3rd. And now the boats were headed to the finish line. Now remember, I thought we had a lap left, but we didn't. And 99 now had a slight edge for the lead and had passed number 139. And all this time I'm off screen, just trying to figure out what's going on with my boat. Why is it not moving like it was earlier? You can't even see me because I'm up there, so you can tell right now, I guess, I was so frustrated because I felt like there was so much pressure on me to do well. And I was doing well, and then the wheels fell off the wagon. And you can see number 92 right there, that white boat in the back, he's coming up very fast as they come towards that finish line. We got a 3-way race here as number 92 takes the lead. Incredible battle going on right here. You can see 99 lost the win but picked it up, and then number 139 takes back the lead as they get closer to the finish line. They're really close. Then number 99 getting power in his sails, he moves into 1st place. They're just feet from the finish line. They're getting really close to the finish line. As they come to the finish line, it's number 99 in 1st, and there comes the roses, and number 99 wins race number 1, followed by number 139 who takes 2nd place, and number 92 who takes 3rd place. So congratulations to those top 3. Incredible race, way to finish. Wow, incredible race to the finish. That last 60 or 70 feet, that was incredible. What more could you want in a race than to have boats battling back and forth all the way to the finish line? Just incredible. You can see they brought their A game today. They showed up. They wanted this victory. Remember, they came from all over Japan to be here for this challenge. So they all, believe me, they all really wanted to win. So I'm still in the back trying to figure out my boat as number 150, their national champion. He comes in 4th place. And number 66 takes 5th place. I'm probably back there tangled up around the marker or something, trying to figure out how to get my boat moving. If you've ever been in that position to where your boat just won't go forward, you guys know how frustrating that can be. You can't bring it into the shore because you're stuck out there, and you just kind of have to deal with it and just take your lumps. And number 29 takes 6th place. And number 20 takes 7th place. And number 35 takes 8th place. And number 54 takes 9th place. Now remember, I only have to win one of these 6 races to win the challenge, because it's me against 11 of them, as number 91 takes 10th place. And number 50, I take 11th place, and I learned a lot. And number 71 takes 12th place. So congratulations to our top three. First place number 99, second place number 139, third place number 92. You would have thought that I would have pulled my boat and checked it after the drastic loss in performance. Maybe? I guess you are just going to have to find out in race number 2. Other things I had to do, I had to at least learn the course, how to learn the course with the language barrier. But of course I did only with help from my friends.
So they call it a hitch. The upwind marks are called a hitch. But the gate's the same and the start is the same. But I can't figure out if it's an open or closed start. So I'm just going to treat it like it's a closed start.
Please subscribe and hit like for more videos, and so you're notified when race number 2 is released. And of course, we would like to thank all of you for liking and subscribing. Attention all club webmasters, Sail Wars needs your support. Make it easy for your club members by putting a link on our homepage on your club's website. And when they go to our YouTube homepage, this is what they'll see. They'll see playlist. We have about 300 videos now, and you can click and view all of the videos right there. And of course you can subscribe on there. Remember, it's absolutely free to subscribe. And of course, check out the best of Sail Wars. Remember, Sail Wars is made up of volunteers. Nobody gets paid anything to be a part of Sail Wars. We do it for the love of the sport. And make sure you join a great club near you like the Northern Maryland Model Yacht Club. And of course, we love the AMYA. So, make sure you subscribe and tune in for race number 2. Let's see if I can battle my way back and do a better job for America in race number 2. And I'll be preparing the next video. I'll see you at the next race.